This is my second year to be district grant chair. I'll be finishing this year. And then because I'm moving on to be the district governor-elect July 1st,
I don't know anybody else like it.
I'm turning this over to Jim Irvin, who's agreed to be the district grant chair going forward. So I'm going to turn the program over to him and let him go through the district grant presentation. Jim?
All right, thanks, Dan. I noticed a chat there that somebody said they couldn't hear us. Is that still the case? How about, do I have an echo on mine?
I hear you fine.
Okay, chat says bad echo.
I think Dan's a little echoey, but Jim, you're good.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Dan. As this is going to be my first year to do the district grant chair, I've been doing grants for my Rotary Club for a number of years. And as I told Dan, I know how to do it. Sometimes I don't know why we do it that way, other than it's required. So I want to ask for your patience and understanding as we both work through this coming year together. Start off with the MOU. It's the Compliance Implementation Plan. When you review this, it's a club qualification, the club officer responsibilities, financial management plan, bank account requirements, report on use of grant funds, document retention, and report of any misuse of grant funds. Grant training management to ensure these projects, they make sure they have proper financial control, adhere to technical standards, meet the needs of the beneficiaries, fulfill their objectives, and safeguard the funds. A successful district grant project meets community needs, includes frequent partner communication, have implementation plan, maintain proper stewardship of funds. Might ask what stewardship is. Stewardship is responsibility management and oversight of grant funds, including Rotary supervision, financial records review, oversight of funds, reporting any irregularities, and timely submission of reports. And it will help me out greatly if you adhere to the timeline that we're going to come up. The first set of grants need to be in by August 1st. You'll make it easier on yourself if you get all of your attachments and all of your paperwork together before you end up submitting your grant. That way you can keep up with your all the different attachments, as well as your project that you want to be considered for a grant. Terms of qualification, it's valid for 1 year. Club responsibility for grant funds, disclose conflicts of interest, cooperate with all audits, use grant funds properly, and implement your club MOU. Characteristics of district grant administered by the district, not Rotary International. Short-term projects, service projects, as long as they're completed by June of next year is what we have to have, and address immediates at home or abroad. And you can apply for more than one grant depending on your DDF. This last year, my club did a dictionary project, which a lot of everybody has done before. And we also hooked up with a Rotary Club in Tucson, Arizona, and ended up providing a sonogram for a clinic in Kenya. So there's a lot of different variety of ways that you can use your grant money. Different service projects, scholarships, vocational training, or youth services are the type of activities. To be qualified, all dues, RI and district have to be paid, and your 990 IRS filing must be current. Clubs cannot have any district grants open from prior years, and 2 people from each club must participate in grant training certification training. And then the MOU addendum signed by the president and the president-elect. If you do not have a president-elect for next year, one of your other officers can also sign off on that. This year, when you submit your goals, you must enter a figure in all 25 of the 25. Roger wanted 13. Our new president, our new district governor, she wants 25 of 25. And it always has been discussed that sometimes 0 is also can be used as a goal. Hopefully you can do more than 0, but that is an acceptable entry. Regular support of the TRF annual fund share. Clubs can receive more than one grant up to their DDF for the first grant consideration, which is on September 1st. September 1st is when the grant committee meets. However, in order to get ready for that September 1st, really need all of your grant information put in by August 1st. Additional opportunities may be available. Funds remaining for November 1st is January 1 grant consideration. Clubs must upload it to, and there's the site that where you actually begin this. You can find your forms to fill out, the MOU and the 990. You have to upload your goal report from Rotary Club Central prior to submission. The grant application must be digitally signed before the grant committee will consider the grant. Grants considered on September 1st. Each club will be guaranteed their DDF up to 25% of their annual program fund share. And this is for the years 2018-19. Rotary year of the shared contributions detailed for the 2022 report for the September 1 grant consideration dates. Clubs not applying by this date will be considered on the November 1st award date. Grants considered in November will be based on funds available with priority given to club's history. If any funds remain, the next submission window ends on January 1st of 2022. To give you some example of what's considered, as you can see on the chart here, matching grants in the amount of $750 for a club giving 3-year average per capita between $0 and $50. And it goes all the way down to matching grants up to $2,500 with an average per capita spending between $100 and $199. District grants, matching district grants to be determined by the grants committee for clubs given a 3-year per capita of over $199 per member. Online application can start today. Applications accepted until September 1st for a DDF guarantee. Really like to get all that information in so I have time to review it all by August 1st. Second round of funds will be November 1st, third round, and the final round of funds, depending on availability, is January 1 of 2022. Application deadlines, they should be submitted. And here's the where you end up going to start the process as early as possible. Now, to find the district grants, yes, you have to sign a new MOU each and every year. All paperwork that was left over from last year is null and void. You're starting all over from scratch with this year. Okay. Problem with the slide advance. Here we go. When you go to matchinggrants.org/district, we're working on having other grant training. Right now, this is only one schedule. We're working on another schedule, and that'll be announced hopefully shortly to answer some of the questions at the bottom. But when you go to matchinggrants.org district, find the district grant, and then you go to my account in the upper right-hand corner where it's circled. And then this will end up pulling up a place for your email address, your password, and login. Then you go to submit new project. And this is the form that you'll end up seeing. And all this is, you can type it all in on this. You have your name, your email address, your project title, and you'll need to change that rotary year from what's shown on the screen. Make sure it shows 2020 to 21. Then you collect, or you check the service area, and then you start describing your project in the box below. And there's an example of one that's filled out. This case, it was dictionaries for third graders, and you state your objective. And then all the contact information needs to be go in. And this part on the project budget, this is very important. If you put in for $1,000, you have to spend $1,000. You cannot spend $999.58. You have to spend $1,000. If you spend over $1,000, you're only going to get your contribution of 500 to that. But the system does not allow for that 1,000 to be reduced if you only spend 800 of that. So be very careful when you find out your project, find out exactly how much it's going to cost, because it is required for you to spend the exact amount that you put into the box. And then you start getting into your documents. You end up saving your documents on your laptop, all your MOUs, and then you go into this file. It has to be in a PDF form. You put in the name of the file, for example, MOU. You choose your file, and then you hit upload. It's really a simple process. Once you get all your documentations saved on your laptop, you can do one at a time and download it to the documents section. And go to Rotary5790.org Foundation District, Grant Menu tab. And here's all the forms that you can download from that website. When you get through and you have your final report done and you're through with your project, the only way that you can receive your funds, I have to have an email that says, Jim, we have completed our project, and that project number, please send me my money in the amount of that dollar amount. That is the only way that you can receive your money. If you don't send in the last email, I cannot process your request for your funds to be returned. And it shows payments when they will be made. September 1st through April of next year. Use the grant checklist. Club submit final report 30 days after completion of project, and you'll end up receiving occasional notifications on where do you stand on your project, as more as a reminder to keep your project going so that we can get all the paperwork turned in on time. Because everyone that does an application, I have to go through and make sure you have all of the proper forms and all that. So it makes your job easier and my job easier, especially this first year, taking over for Dan, which he's done a fantastic job. It'll make it easier on both of us. Completed final report, all receipts, canceled checks, bank statements, letter from nonprofit partners for the total project, and the pictures of the project. Complete the final report with all necessary signatures and dated forms, a detailed listing of all money spent, purchase check numbers, payee, payer, purpose of expenditure, and date of delivery if applicable. A copy of canceled checks and bank statements showing payment and documentations of digital debt checks are on the bank statement. All copies of invoices, proof of payment must accompany all receipts. Rotary Club is to be the payer and on all checks written. In the instance of checks being written to other nonprofit organizations, a letter from that organization stating the amount date of gift, and purpose for which the funds were used. Scholarship monies cannot be written to the individual students. The money must be issued to the college or institute of higher education. Documentation showing the student is enrolled is required. Invoices that are not marked paid with check number, date, and signed are not documented of funds spent. No project is to be benefit a Rotary Club or Rotarian, and the club shall have a procedure for retaining documentations of all grant information. The district provides this through the matchinggrants.org website. If you have any questions, I know this is kind of quick. The process is really simple. There is, as pointed out earlier, if you go to district grants, it goes through this process again. And there you have my email address, jirvinrotary5790@gmail.com. And also my personal phone number there, 817-583-4099. Paul, that's all I have on my end.
Paul, I think you're muted, Paul.
Thank you very much, Jim. Great job. And was just checking to see if Dan had any additional comments that he wanted to add or anything from the chats that you saw that you need to address.
No, just a couple of things. You can go ahead and do your project before and ask for your money before it gets finished. So, but you need to ask for that money and plenty of time to write your checks, get those checks cleared through the bank, and get your bank statements in time at the end of the year so that you don't get caught, because you're looking at a 30-day delay with that kind of thing. And some of the clubs get caught with that, and they're delayed getting their final reports done. So that's real important. Just the documents are on the website. We're probably going to put this presentation on the district website and some other things. So if you go look under district grants on the district website, you'll be able to get all the information you probably need, or then you can call Jim for additional information if you have questions.